Oh shit, it's my turn. Hello, welcome to Look Into the Glass. Today we're here with, me, Giselle, blah blah, and Sabrina.
Blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
I've got blah blah in that. I hope everybody knows that.
You're the one that put the introduction on me all of a sudden.
Oh.
That's right. Feel bad for me.
No, I don't.
Even if it's a fake pity.
There's always fake pity coming from me.
Damn.
You know what? I can contest to that.
So can my husband.
Yeah, you can lie, me too.
Just like across the room.
Damn, I'm heartless. It's cold. It's kind of called me out on that.
You're overly sensitive, or fuck you. Why are you talking?
Either she completely understands and is on your side, or doesn't give a flying fuck and doesn't want to hear anything about it. And why are you wasting her fucking energy?
All that comes from pregnancy, man.
I know. You're like, I don't have any energy to give.
I'm trying.
This is a waste of breath.
It depends on the person.
And what we're talking about.
Well,
I asked you for dinner the other night, and you're like, do I have to really talk to you about this?
no, it was food. That's all that came out of my mouth was food.
You need help with dinner? What are we having for dinner? Food?
She's like, why are you talking to me?
That's the exact look I got.
Food.
I want to apologize, but then it's not sincere. I'm just gonna be real. It's just not sincere enough. I'm sorry.
It was literally a slight lean back and just, why?
And I walked around the corner and just stared at black beans. Going,
I have to lift my arm for this.
corn's way in the back. Yeah. No, I love how this just totally fell on me.
Yeah, I totally did.
For 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes straight. We're
just calling Giselle out on her bitchiness. On her pregnancy bitchiness.
Welcome to being pregnant.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
So
y'all have to deal with it.
I was gonna say, is it what you always dreamed of? But damn, never mind.
I dreamed of being bitchy.
I'm getting away with it.
I dreamed of unleashing my bitchiness.
Like, all right, I'm gonna just bottle all this up the moment I get pregnant. All right, I'm gonna have a good excuse.
And then now I have a valid excuse onto being a bitch, and I don't have to apologize for it.
Or at least I'd be sincere.
My sincere, I'm not being sincere about it.
I'll let you know I apologize, but I'm not really sincere about it. But I'll do it if it makes you feel better.
Oh my god. I mean, depending on the situation. If I really genuinely, destroyed your emotions, I would be genuine. Because then I would actually eventually feel bad.
Eventually feel bad? Damn, dude.
Wait,
once I get this little thing out of me, and I'm not having the life sucked out of me,
and I would look back and go, "Damn, that was really cold. I'm sorry for that, man." Right now, no, I'm not feeling it.
Can't blame you too much.
Oh no, I'm trying. I'm trying to contain the bitchiness.
But at the same time, you're like, yeah, fuck it.
Especially if I get stupid questions. I can't handle the stupid questions. It's like,
I know. I read it over your text. I have no idea. I haven't tried it. When I was talking about the ice cube thing,
I didn't say that with attitude. So, ma'am.
Oh no, I felt the attitude.
There was no attitude in that.
You sent a visual of your face.
Damn. There was no attitude, and I was like, I don't know, I haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm gonna read it to you.
You can read it to me. I'm telling you how it came out.
So you're saying I completely misconstrued that?
Yes, you did.
Okay, my sincere apology.
Yeah.
Just gotta throw that out.
You know what? To all you pregnant women out there, I know how you feel. Unleash the bitchiness. They don't like it. That's their problem. Because you know what?
The real ones stick around.
Exactly. And they can laugh at it like these two. The husband sometimes will eventually laugh at it.
They'll get over the trauma sooner or later.
That'll be our the next episode. Like after she has the baby, we'll have Audrey on here. So tell us about the trauma.
Speaking of men's mental health awareness, let's have Andre speak about his.
I will sit here and throw myself under the bus. This poor man, I'm sitting here going, get the fuck away from me, don't touch me, don't talk to me. And then I'm going, I miss you. I want you to come home.
And don't talk to me when you're here. And don't look at me when
he
you're
comes
here.
home and he's catching a slight attitude. You ain't gonna give me that attitude. Look how you're talking. I have a right. I have rights. I am pregnant and my hormones are fucked.
That's what you get to be.
I don't even do that. I'm just like, my hormones are fucked. And he goes, I'm sorry I did that to you.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Because I could see the smirk. Oh my god.
Alright, so now that we put Giselle on
Whole
blast.
7 minutes of just calling out my bitchiness. That's okay. I'll accept it.
So Sabrina, you have some more for us today.
Ow.
Oh no. What is that? Ew. What the hell is that?
I started off with a cough.
Alright, so we were gonna stop talking about me and my bitchiness and start going into some more of Sabrina.
Yeah. I don't know. Well,
You have a lot to talk about. I mean,
You do have
there's
a
a lot
lot.
of
I mean,
sections.
yeah, and I understand because it's the same thing with us. You know, it's like, and a lot of people, it's like, where do I even begin? Because there's just so, every chapter has so many parts in it.
You have Jay that just goes the beginning.
I know. Jay's like, at the beginning, wherever you want to start.
Okay, this day of this year, I was born. But no, I know you had. I don't think you've never dealt with drugs yourself personally.
No.
But you have had friends around that you've seen with drugs.
Yeah. So I guess y'all want to start with like the church stuff?
Sure. You start where you want. I don't even know what that means, but yeah.
So I was Bible thumper kid. My grandma and my mom very fully believed in church, and kids should go to church, learn as early as you can, type of thing. So I went to church every Sunday, went to church every Wednesday for youth group. Once I started youth group, VBS every summer. Any VBS that was here. My mom worked at.
What is that?
Vacation Bible School.
Okay.
So it's a week out of the summer that the church hosts for kids to come to, and they'll do like basically like seminar for kids. So they have a video that goes with it. They learn dances. There's different competitions. We play a bunch of games, and then we learn about the Lord. And they feed the kids typically breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
So
Okay, so it's like a little summer camp at the church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Church.
All right.
So my mom liked to take us to anyone that she could. She liked working them because she was a school teacher. So she was
so she had the summer off.
Too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we would go to. Do you want me to trade them? Sorry. There's that. There's this. It's flashing. Is this supposed to flash? Momentary break. Ding dong. Do, 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 do.
It's flashing green at me.
Oh, is it trying to connect? Yay. Alright, now that I got a certain mic.
It was flashing me, so, you know.
That's alright. I can flash you later. So, we went to, church camps every summer that my mom could get us into. And I'll start with that one. So we got into the youth group side of it every Wednesday, and when I was in high school, if you've listened to the podcast, you know my previous story. So during all of that, you'll have to go back and listen to that if you want to know more about that one. But while I was going through all of that stuff, I was at the church, and my best friend at the time, I just dyed my hair blonde, and she was, we were around the same height, and she was naturally blonde, and I just dyed my hair blonde. And we both have round faces. The only big difference between the both of us was I was slightly heavier set, so to a younger child, I could see where we looked very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Logan. I had my boyfriend Logan. But we were in a good spot at this time. So I was going through my own spiritual journey and coming closer to Christ, and I thought that I was really getting somewhere with all of that. And right when that happened, there was a child in the bathroom. I don't know who this child was. I don't know how old this child was. I just was told that it was a kid that was in the girls' bathroom at the church that saw, supposedly me, taking pictures of my breasts in the bathroom. And that was a very big thing in, specifically in the kind of church that I was in, because I was in a Baptist church.
Yeah, I was going to say Baptist.
Yeah. So, and it's just taboo. You don't do that, and especially in front of kids, or where kids can see all that. You know what I mean? And so I got shunned from the church, basically, because then it got around where it was me, and it wasn't. Turned out it was my friend that was doing it, and me and her were no longer friends at this point, because she never came forward.
She just let it happen to you.
Let it happen to me. Just watched me go through being front of the class, ready there early every Wednesday, every Sunday, to being shunned, bawling my eyes out in the back of the class. I no longer felt that spiritual connection anymore. Everybody, especially all of the older, comers, looked at me like I was trash.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stopped going. And it really put a block in my spiritual journey. Now, as I got older, I've tried, I've had friends that's taken me to Pentecostal churches and Methodist churches and Mormon churches.
I am so lost on the difference between Pentecostal and Methodist, and I understand there's difference in Baptist and Mormon and stuff like that.
It's different in their teachings, and whether or not they teach and live by New Testament versus Old Testament.
Oh,
and
okay.
Pentecostal, to my understanding, lives off of the Old Testament. You don't cut your hair, you don't wear pants, you live a certain way of life. And that's perfectly okay. You believe what you believe.
Yeah.
It just, nothing really resonated with me. I think y'all will agree with me. By far, love going into a Black church.
Yeah.
Yes.
The air is just so light and joyful, and everyone is very welcoming and greeting, and they are really just there to praise, and no one praises like that community.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they have.
Why do you think I go to? I have the one I told you guys. I go to.
They praise like it's beautiful, and you can feel it.
Yes,
that's what
it is an aura you just feel walking in the door.
It makes you cry, and then you're like, no wonder they're screaming hallelujah, because you feel the spirit, you feel the whole other what you're supposed to feel when you step into a church, and
You know what I feel? I feel protection more than anything. I feel protection more than anything.
I haven't stepped into one since I was
especially as somebody that's been under attack spiritually so much throughout my life. As a matter of fact, when I was very first saved, I was 8 years old, and it was with a Black family that moved into my old apartment. And I told them, because my old apartment was haunted, we called it Casper. And I told them, I said, hey, don't worry, there's, ghosts, but it's friendly, don't worry, But the teenage daughter, just thought I was the most adorable thing on earth and fell in love with me and adopted me, basically. So I hung out with them quite a bit, and they took me to church. And it was a Baptist church. And I've always, for some reason, when it comes to most of like the times where I need protection, like God puts somebody that's more of a Baptist type of pastor or something like that in my life. I've recognized that. Yeah, I recently have really recognized that.
Yeah. Yeah. It very much kick-started that feeling back for me.
So how did that happen? If you don't mind me asking, so your mom's was very involved with the church. How did it affect her and your guys' relationship, if it had any?
Did not have a very good relationship as it was. She was already at that time not going to Baptist church anymore. She was transitioning into non-denominational, which is what she is now. But the church that she went to is here in Texas, it's Cowboy Church.
Yeah, I've been interested. I've been kind of wanting to check them out.
It's non-denominational. It is
for me. It's just the lights, but I miss going and doing the praise, the worship.
The one that she was going to at that time was very new aged, so it was very focused more on their youth, and and I loved that. I didn't get that same feeling.
Yeah.
That I got. I didn't get that out of it. Anything out of it. She goes to a new one now that's called Lifeway, and they're very open, and I'd like to try that one out. I just haven't been there yet. But after the Black community church that I went to, and actually it wasn't the church that I went to. I was in theater in school, and so I already knew all the light system. So my senior year, everybody's out, and it's during the summer, so I got asked to go up there. So that way all the churches could do their communion in our auditorium, and I would do the lights for them. So it was in my hometown, there's 3 different Black churches, and then I don't know what their denominations were, which is I'm saying just Black churches, because that was their predominance.
Not to sound racist, but
yeah. And then the Methodist church and the Baptist church in our town all came together and did kind of like a revival. Where each pastor had their own time for speaking. They did music numbers in between, and it was like the entire room shifted whenever the Methodist would go and then the Baptist, and then I think the best one that I had was the Goodlow pasture, versus the other two that were more uptown than, because I grew up in a very, very small town, but there's so many churches in my little 2,000
we're in the Bible
population.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my favorite pastor was from the Goodlow Church, and he just spoke like, when he spoke, you wanted to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had that very strong empowerment, just aura about him, and I've looked and searched for that for so long, and I can't find him anymore. That's the only time I ever got to hear him speak, and it was a memorable experience. I will never forget.
Have you tried Googling him or anything?
He doesn't pasture anywhere near here anymore.
Oh,
so I don't know where he went or whatnot.
It really sucks when you do go to a church and you find the right bishop, pastor, and
you feel that connection.
You get a connection with them, and then they move.
Yeah,
that's where it really sucks, because you gotta get them getting to move around
and
spread the
but
way.
it's still difficult to,
because then you can't. It's hard to find that connection again with another church, because that's what your spiritual side is seeking out. You feel that connection with them, because then there you go. That's who I'm supposed to be listening to. Like, that's someone who's going to give me the messages I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The tough decisions.
Exactly. Honestly, the last time I stepped into church was when I went with you to Arkansas. That was the last time I stepped into a church.
Oh, the one that Elvis went to.
Yes.
The one that Elvis does.
He's not Elvis.
His name is Bob Joyce.
Yeah, Bob Joyce in Arkansas. And he was preaching, and I was going through such a difficult time with, a friend of ours that was going through her difficult time and everything. He spoke to me, and I bawled my eyes out. And I love it. It sounds stupid and weird to say. I love it when I cry my eyes out in church.
Well, yeah, because that means that the Holy Spirit has gone through you. It's a cleansing.
Yeah, I'm feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling.
Exactly.
And I'm getting a message that I need to hear, whether it's making me cry and I'm smiling, and all at the same time I may look psycho, but
there's healing in those messages.
A lot. And I don't think people talk enough about that, and trying to find the right church or the right people to.
As you find your
that's why I like mine, because we're not in a building, but lights are hard for me. Lights are difficult for me. TikTok I can handle. So I go, and what makes it great is I go on there, hey, pastor, da 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 da, and message her, and boom.
She messages you right back.
Yeah, hey,
I'm able to talk to her.
I'm able to talk to her, and it was just really weird because of how we met. And when I'm going through things, God will she'll come up somehow, some way. I'll accidentally hit a button and go into her live, or something like that for some reason. And it's always, always, always a message for me. It resonates so much. And, and what's really awesome is, she'll do her thing, and then there's times she'll even get up there and you could talk to her. She knows about this podcast. We pray over this podcast quite often, and everything. But God will put them in your path.
But you haven't found anything since.
No. And a lot of that has to do with, I had an experience that scared the ever living shit out of me.
Share that experience, girl.
So, back to the drug addict stuff. I had an addicted friend. He was addicted to methamphetamines, and
high speed chickpea.
Huh?
I said high speed chickpea.
I never indulged in any of it or was curious about any of it, because my family I've watched the during and the aftermath and the heartbreak through my family experiences. I've just never had gotten to that space in my life. But he was very deep in, and we had talked about recovery and about him, going to a rehab facility and stuff, and it wasn't on his mind. So he had an experience one night, and he got high in the passenger side seat of my car, and I took him home afterwards. Like, we went and got dinner or something and talked, and I kind of like talked him through some of the stuff he was going through, took him home, and I went home to Chris before me and him got married. And we were laying there, and he calls me. Or, well, that was early in the morning. The next day, I went to work, and he calls me and says, "Hey, can we hang out this afternoon?" And I called Chris, and he's like, "Yeah, we're good." So we met up and we went swimming after I got off work in the lake. And he brought some random girl he found, and a couple of towns over, and she was very country, but like, we're all country a little bit around here. So like, that didn't pay me no mind. But Jay himself, different Jay, my Jay. Mm-hmm. He very much is very like into rap music and very like gangster, and into rock and stuff like that. And she was very not open to anything and was slandering and saying all these different things, and making all these racial slurs. And I was just like, Jay, this girl's got to go home. Like, I can't. She gotta go home.
She was basically what I call when they can make fun of me, but a hick.
Yes, but she fully believed that if you listen to anything else other than country, or anybody else other than hillbilly, redneck, then you were wrong.
That's a redneck hick that.
Yeah.
Very bullheaded. You're arrogant.
Yes, arrogant.
I don't think, I don't know. That redneck hick to me just means somebody that does backyard stuff.
Yeah, so that's how because I'm redneck.
Yeah.
Twisted, but when
she was very racist.
Yes, so like when hillbilly to like Texan Southerners.
She was more old Texas, yes. Deep Texas.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so she was
my older family.
Yes, very much
hillbilly. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, hillbilly. Very racist. Like
we're gonna get so many comments on this.
You know what? And I'm like, dude, this girl's gotta go. She gotta go.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And him being a guy, he's like, all right, I gotta figure out a way to tap that before I go home. I was like, why would you want to tap that? She's like
a bitch.
She's what? And he's like, look, you gotta get some, I already spent the gas to go down there and get her and bring her up here, so I'm getting some before I take her back home. I was like, all right, Jay, whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do, fam, but I'm going home. So I got Chris, and me and him went home, and dude, I'm not kidding you, 2 o'clock in the morning, calls me. And I'm like, he's like, Sabrina, I need you to come get me. Like, I'm fucked. I need you to come get me. Like, all right, let me get Chris. Don't bring Chris. Just you. I need you to come get me. All right, I got you. I'm coming, okay? He's like, okay, don't call this number back. Okay. So at this point, I'm thinking, he done off this girl? Like, what could possibly go wrong? Because he is very, like, serious and stern in this phone call. And So I just woke up Chris, because I'm not going to not tell him, and I'm like, he's in trouble. I'm going to go and figure out what's going on. Keep your phone on. I'll call you if I need you. Chris is like, okay. So I get there, and dude has one shoe on, no sock.
What did the
Socks
shoe?
are gone.
The sock was the sock with the shoe, or the sock was off?
No
No
socks
socks on.
Both
At
of
all.
them.
Both of them.
Okay.
Shoe on one foot.
I just want to make sure I'm picturing
Like,
this right.
I picked him up in a parking lot, and he's like, my car is not starting. And Sabrina, I think I'm OD.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, dude, like, we need no hospital. I'll be fine. I'm gonna OD and I'm gonna come back. I'm like, oh my god, this man. And he like laid out in my chair. I'm like, we're gonna go get you some water. Did you get that girl home? No. Where's the girl at? She's like, I left her. Jay, where'd you leave her at? Is she having somebody come and pick her up? Like, what happened to this girl? Well, he gave her $5 and said that he had a headache and then he needed some ibuprofen that he didn't have. Pulled into the gas station, so she was supposed to go in and get him ibuprofen and left her ass at the gas station.
Oh my god.
After tapping that.
Oh my god.
I'm like, Jay, you did not just leave. And I'm trying not to laugh.
Because it's so fun at the same time.
I'm like, why? It's like, which gas station so I can at least drive by and make sure she's not just still standing outside? How long ago? It's been like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh my god, that poor girl.
I'm like, you literally left the lake, tapped that, and just left her there. If it's been 4 or 5 hours.
At least he gave her $5.
I mean, in Vegas, they wouldn't have gotten anything, so.
Dude, I don't know. I never knew what happened to her after that.
Strawberry candies.
Huh?
Can I have one of your strawberry candies?
They're gone.
Oh damn.
I'm
My mouth
sorry.
is dry.
It's
It's not working.
You take some H2O.
I did. It's not working.
Oh my god, that's.
So we're driving around, and he's very in and out. You can tell he's very in and out. And then he started to level back out like he was coming down, having to come down. And we drove around till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Because I wanted to make sure before I dropped him off at his mom's house that he was
going to be okay.
Okay. So once he started to come down, I could see that he was coming down. I was like, okay. So I started driving down back roads. And he's like, pull in right here. And I've never been down from this road before, never seen this before.
And it was a boat dock ramp on the side of the lake that I didn't know was there. And it was full of lily pads. And there was just this itty bitty little boat docking ramp. It didn't have like chain link to get across it or anything. It just straight concrete in the water. And the smallest parking spaces on the side. It was out in BFE. And so I pull in there, and there's like a little picnic table off to the side. So I turn off the lights and everything, and we're sitting there. And he's like, who is that? I'm like, who's who? That guy that's standing there in your headlights. I was like, Jay, the headlights is off. What are you talking about? There's a guy standing out there on the water. No, Jay, there's not. He's like, alright, whatever, you don't believe me.
And here you go. And so we sat there in the car for a minute, and we were talking. And he didn't sound like himself. Like, completely, you know how, like, men can, like, make their voice go deeper and kind of, like, grunchy?
that was not what this was.
Mhm.
It was completely different. And then he's like, my back really, really hurts. And he starts twisting backwards. Like, your back don't do that. He went completely backwards where he's like, his head was looking straight up at the ceiling of the car and his back was inward and then sat back. So it was like his back made like a backwards triangle, basically. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? Like get out of the car. And he just like looked at me and turned his like head and his eyes went black. And he has blue eyes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Tension.
And I'm like, hello? Jay's not here anymore. And then he started speaking, I call it in tongues, because I couldn't make out anything that he was saying.
It was a language that you didn't understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so who am I speaking with? And he would say his name. And so I was like, okay, so what do you have to tell me? Oh, you nothing. But he does. And then he pointed at the guy that he was saying he saw on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, can we bring Jay back? Because I'd rather talk to Jay about this than I would talk to you about this. He goes, okay, I guess. And he got up out of the car and sat on the like picnic table. And so I collected myself.
Yeah.
Undid my seatbelt. I actually wore my seatbelt. And walked over there. It's like, so what do you have to tell me? And he's like, you're doing a really good job. God wants you to know that you're doing a really good job. That Jay is just not here. And Jay's not going to be here for a minute. And I'm like, okay, well, can we bring Jay back so I can speak to Jay about this? And he's like, okay. And then it like took him a minute and he kind of like readjusted himself. And then I heard Jay's voice back and he's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? And he's like, I don't think that I'm okay. And I was like, well, do we need to take you back home or what? And he's like, I got to talk to God for a minute. And I was like, do you need me to give you a minute? They're sitting there and they're talking. And I come back out of the car and I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. God wanted me to tell you something. That you were meant to be a form of a teacher. And he said that you're not going to believe me. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, that I wouldn't believe you. He goes, you wouldn't believe me because of all of this stuff that's happened. I was like, I believe you now more than anything. I was like,
God made sure.
Yeah, right?
Believe at that point.
I'm not doubting shit right now.
But I'm very open-minded.
My mind opened the second your eyes turned black.
And your back did something it wasn't supposed to.
Triangles.
So, and so it's like, okay. He's like, well, he told me to tell you something that might make you believe me, something that nobody else would know, like I wouldn't know. And he told me that for one of my birthdays, I was wearing a glow-in-the-dark shirt, and I was shooting at somebody. And like he had given Jay a vision.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like trying to tell me what he was seeing. Well, 3 years prior, my dad took me, my brother, and my sister for our birthdays to laser tag, and I wore a glow-in-the-dark Domo shirt.
I was going to say laser tag.
Yeah. So glow-in-the-dark Domo shirt. So I was like, how would you have known that?
God, apparently.
Yeah. And so he's like, and you know, when we leave out of here after I get done talking, we're gonna see a red, a black, and a silver car. And I was like, okay. Like, down by the lake? And he's like, yeah. Down at the dock, at the boat ramp. So I was like, okay. That's in the opposite direction of what we just came. So there's no way that he could have known what was going to be
Ahead.
the head.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll do my best to, follow God's teachings and try to find my place, and you can tell him that, and well, he hears you. He's here. So I was like, okay, well, just tell him I appreciate it and thank you, and like, can Jay stay for a while, and we start heading back home now. And he's like, yeah, I wanna go home. I'm ready to go home. So he gets back in the car and we start heading out. And sure enough, as we went across a very long bridge across the lake, there's 3 vehicles there, same colors, red, black, and silver.
That definitely
And it set everything in for me, and I was like, oh shit. He told me about my grandmother, about my mom, about what I was supposed to do, and what my life teachings were supposed to be, outcome, and I'm like, and it just hit me, and it scared me ever since.
So let me ask you, now that it's been years, like, are you seeing any of this?
I don't know if that's what the sleep paralysis is for me. Whenever I get into high stress situations, I do have, like, I see things,
mm-hmm.
and they typically try to suffocate me,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't move, I can't breathe, I can't anything, and it terrifies the shit out of me.
So do you think that was what was in Jay?
I think that's what was
or
in Jay.
a collaborator?
So the reason I think it's what was in Jay at the time is because after we saw those vehicles, and I said like a little prayer to myself, like, just God keep me safe, keep us pure. I hope that Jay gets the help that he needs. I'm praying, to myself in my head at this point. And Jay's just sitting there very quiet, kind of rocking, soothing himself. And it's a very long, like, farm road where there's like crops on either side for cotton gins. And he just like turned to me and he said goodbye. He rolled down the window, and something like you could see like the little lines, like an air, just like flew out the window.
Whoa.
And so we waited a couple of weeks before I talked to Jay about everything. And he's like, I will never go down that road again. Because apparently, throughout his life, I can't speak on his story, but it's been attached to him for a long time.
Uh-huh.
So, when it comes to the addiction world,
mm-hmm.
we have her story on her releasing something that was not of this world.
Yes.
And being done.
Well, something that's not. It's not saying that it's of this world, but it's more of something that people don't talk about in this world.
Well, and addiction is a demon.
Yeah,
a month later, he went to rehab in Florida.
Uh-huh.
Went to a seminar, and he hasn't touched it since.
Fuck, is there a way you can get a hold of him and have him come on here?
Yeah, probably.
And talk about it?
Probably.
I know I'm not the only one, because I believe it's a classification of demons.
Well, and here's the thing is
because it happens through trauma.
Well, and here's something that we talk about, and this is, why she asked, I felt that she asked about it, if it was the same demon that was in Jay, because, and I'm just going to classify it as a demon.
Yeah.
Because we talk about how there are negative entities, demons, that are working against us and then trying to work with us because a lot of them don't, or many of them are not happy that they are doing something they're not wanting to do.
Yeah.
They've been lied to, just like we can be lied to.
And so they're some of them are working with us, and because that one told you that God was proud of you, like,
it had messages from God.
Yeah, it had messages from God, and was it
No,
not
don't get me
harmful?
wrong. We're not very educated in this.
Yeah.
So, but
I can only speak on my experience.
Yeah, exactly.
and that's that's our experience.
Synchronicity.
And that's what it is. You can only go off of what you're feeling, and then that's the only proof that you have is what you were feeling in that moment and what you witnessed and the things and how it made you feel and everything, because those are significant.
Because I know what from experiences from watching paranormal investigations and and possessions and all these other things, they normally are in another person's body attacking another person, not giving a message from God.
Yeah.
That's not a common thing, and so
And telling you that you're meant to be here for a teacher and this and that.
Yeah.
what you're meant to do and what what your path is, what your future is entailed, and that makes me question with the sleep
Three.
paralysis.
You hear 3. You were sitting right there and you looked at me and you said, "What? Why do I keep hearing 3?"
Yeah.
Well, and you have sleep
Paralysis.
Jesus, thank you. With that one is there to harm you compared to
Yours is dying too.
it's whatever. Yours is there to harm you.
Yeah.
That one is there to harm you compared to the other one, and that's where
Yeah. But I don't know the effects of what it was doing to Jay either.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that was his.
Yes.
That's where it comes in. Is that was his talking to you, but his doesn't mean his didn't bring one in for you.
Yeah.
Because they very much follow each other.
They travel in packs.
They do.
Yeah.
And that one of them could have very easily go, oh, I like this one. Especially when you're
going, especially
the
when
fuck I just went through.
Especially when there's a communication
Mhm.
open. But
I didn't know anything at that point in time of like cleansing and auras and all of that. I've just seen and been through shit. That,
yeah.
Well, and many churches don't teach the type of cleansings that we do. The crystal cleansings and the sage
saging
cleansings
and I know that there's churches I've been to considered that witchcraft.
Mhm.
Stuff like that, like making certain oils that you can that will repel and stuff like that. But yeah,
that is one hell of a powerful story, and
but that's cool because it makes me feel like, all right, I know I'm not the only one out there that's experienced something like that, which I mean I knew it wasn't, but with the addiction part where he was a few weeks later, literally it was 2 weeks for me.
yeah, and if you ever are able to reach out to him and tell him about this podcast, then we would love to have him on.
If he's willing to talk, not everybody.
Yeah.
It's a weird world to open up to, and
Yeah.
a lot of people.
And I don't even know. We were friends for years after that. We had just a falling out more or less because my morals mean for me is if your wife doesn't care for me, then your wife doesn't care for me, and I'm not going to have a friendship with you. You know what I mean? Out of respect for your wife.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of how that friendship
Okay.
dissipated. Now, like, I know if I ever needed anything, I could call him and, he would be there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wanted to keep
you
that
allowed
respect.
the friendship to kind of dissipate because you
Yes.
just didn't want to be disrespectful or cause any
Right.
friction. Yeah.
With his wife.
Which that's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
So as a friend, friend,
at
step
this
back.
point, he was going through his recovery process, and she was pregnant and just had her baby, and then that's when the falling out happened of, okay, you and me don't really get along at this point, so I just, out of respect, I'm just going to call it a day.
So since that's ever happened, have you been more conflicted with the spiritual world, or
more set in it?
I just kind of leave it the fuck alone. If it happens to me, it happens to me.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
If you want to tell me,
I just want to leave it the fuck alone.
If you want to come to me, experience, I got you. You can tell me whatever message you want. But as far as dulting myself, I'm good.
You're like, apparently, if the message needs to get to me, it's going to get to me, apparently.
The universe is going to find a way.
Because it's already done happened. You're not listening to me, so guess what?
It was a very
I'm going to have somebody
experience.
do a freaking triangle in your freaking car.
It's very, very vivid experience.
I've had a lot of experiences, but nothing like quite like that. Like I've seen things walking on, around apartment complexes and like walking to the door but won't come in, and I've heard things, or somebody would say something and it's like, what did you just say? And something they only I was supposed to know that, and they say it something out loud. But I've never quite had the possession part outside of my ex-stepdad, and that was just because that was more, that wasn't a message giving, that was more
I'm here to hurt you.
Yeah, that was more, I'm here to hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's all a lot of my experience has been with the demon wall. I'm here to hurt you. I'm here to attack you.
And see, we sat down and had a conversation with his mom about it too, and I got him a Bible and had his name engraved and stuff on it. So whenever he went to his rehab center, because that's what he wanted for like comfort. And so
he really went into his faith as well, huh?
yes.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think he had one relapse portion after he got out, but he very much, when she became pregnant with his kid, it was very much happening like
Wow. That is the one.
that. He's a completely different man.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
So
They use trauma to enter you.
they do.
Like one of our other guests on one time was saying that the soul fractures. There's certain things that are done to you, and your soul fractures, and that's an entrance point.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I want to get back in the church. Don't get me wrong, but I want to get back into real, authentic worship. I want to look into like the Ethiopian Bible. I want to look into more in depth than just surface level politic Bible.
Yeah, I agree.
And I can go on about that forever and a day, because I have my beliefs and what I've experienced in churches, and that's different types of churches. I honestly, and this is going to come out very, really wrong, but I can't stand the churches.
I absolutely cannot
stand churches. Now, I have no problem walking into one. I don't have a problem sitting through a sermon. I don't have a problem, worshiping. It's not the people. It's the church itself. A lot of it stems from the way I've always been outcasted, the way I've always been treated, and how I've always seen people in need of help of going to these churches, but these churches are continuing to put money into the building itself, or building a bigger building, and to me it's a show. It really is, and I'm there to hear the word of God. I'm here to learn a little bit more about my faith, to learn a little bit more on faith,
and spread that faith.
But a lot of times I end up running into being told what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and being told on,
everybody.
Well, I mean, they're gonna tell you what you should and shouldn't do because you're there for guidance.
Yeah.
Not the right kind of guidance, though. They're the guidance that they're teaching of that I've experienced. I'm not saying every church is like this. But
no, I've had plenty of churches where you can just feel the uncomfortableness.
You have to dress your Sunday best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went to a Baptist church in Oklahoma, and that was the one of the first times I ever actually felt welcomed in a church, and I didn't want to go. And I finally started wanting to go because I started finding a place. You know,
you very much, church is wherever you commune.
Exactly.
it's all about the people and finding it's just finding the
Community.
faith, the community,
Community. And
So as we're talking with y'all's community, if anybody knows more information about the Ethiopian Bible, totally come on.
right?
This would be a great conversation.
Yeah, we do want to go down that road. We do. I am gonna be reading some of them that I have on that I've downloaded, but
I want a hard copy. I want to be highlighter. I want notes.
Right. I agree. Because it's the one that's been messed with and translated the least.
Yeah.
Like, the least amount of times.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have all of the books, not the ones that the Catholic Church has chose to pick it and choose from.
Yeah.
Well,
on that note,
once again, y'all look through the glass on this one.
Well, they listen to the glass.
All right. Well, listen.
Kids are home.
Listening through looking through the glass.
Listening to looking through the glass.
Bye, y'all.